Downphoenix here, and I decided to check out a game that just recently came out on Steam, and that is Grandia 2. Yes, the one of my favorite games from the Sega Dreamcast, and it's finally been re-released. Yeah, 2000 is when this game came out. It's crazy, actually. So this is a HD remaster of the game, which I'm sure is probably more of a base remaster like a Sony style one rather than an actual remaster like Wind Waker, Master Chief Collection or something like that. But yeah, let's go ahead and check out this game with really low resolution FMV that obviously still beckons from the Dreamcast and PS2 era. I actually had this game on the Sega Dreamcast and on the PS2. But back in the days, just the Sega Dreamcast, but I have it on both now. And it's really cool to see that this game's getting a re-release, and I'm glad to see that. I'm going to go ahead and skip the cutscene, because I want to get to the actual game. That's what really matters. So... yeah, not too bad looking. Definitely higher res, but the textures are pretty in line with the classic stuff too. They actually look slightly better. At least the higher detail ones. Obviously, the trees look kind of like crap, obviously, but they always have. So, so just nice little story cutscene that we're looking at here. I figured I'd do one of these kinds of videos like I did whenever Final Fantasy IV got released on Steam. About this time last year, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe a little bit later in the year. Oh, stuff's getting real now. I think we're going to meet our real hero soon enough. There he is.
Let me down, Sky.
There's Japanese voiceovers too, but I forgot to... what the heck? That's weird. It tabbed out of the screen for some reason, even though I didn't tell it to. Okay, whatever. Not sure what happened there. I'll just have to assume it's a bug. Ah, I think it's time to get in battle. Or not. I thought it was going to put us in battle there.
Sky, over here!
I'm trying to remember who did the voice acting for him. It sounds very familiar. I've heard a voice actor from various other games, like in the animes and stuff like that too.
Ryudo, I cannot take much more of this.
Quit your belly aching and fly, damn it! Whoa! I finished the job, didn't I?
Colors seem a little muted.
Yes, in your own crude fashion. Here, take your money.
Father, don't be rude. I'm so sorry.
Don't bother, I'm used to it.
I won't have you speaking to his kind. Come, we're leaving.
He's a bounty hunter. Such villainous scum, you know.
I cannot stand him. What a pompous fool.
It's work, not a barrel of laughs.
Well, well, you're growing up, Ryudo.
Ugh, if it weren't for work, I'd have nothing to do with that guy. But business is business.
That's right, Ryudo.
She was a fine-looking girl, though.
I don't care for her or the kindness of strangers.
That was some pretty weird lighting. Like, it only had lighting on its face for that little bit, and then, yeah. I would assume it's probably a carryover from the Dreamcast original, because I doubt they did that much work to this. I could be wrong, though. Might have to check it out on the Dreamcast to see for sure.
Ryudo, looks like we have another job.
Or maybe the PlayStation 2.
Hey, not already. I'm still sore from that fall. No thanks to you. Ouch! Okay. Sky, alright already. It's good to have work, right? It says the Church of Granis wants to hire you as a bodyguard. So, working for Granis, huh? Now I really don't want to do it.
A job's a job, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right. That's what it means to be a geohound.
Oh, Geohound, that's right. How could I forget that? That's such a weird name for a bounty hunter in this game universe. It's been a long time, though. It really has. Let's see. The camera is really close feeling. Doesn't seem to be any way I know of to zoom. Obviously, the left and right triggers will move things around a bit. There we go, wound salve. Let's see here. So you get a little bit of an exploration kind of shindig, and enemies will come into physical contact with you to initiate the battle. Gotta love those water effects. Good old 2000 era water effects. Nice and fancy. Okay, whatever. Let's go ahead and hit the save point and check that out. It also heals you too, which is pretty nice. I like that feature. So one thing I found out that's really interesting, apparently, about this version of the game is that it has compatibility with the Dreamcast VMU saves, which I'm not sure exactly how that would work. I have no idea how you would even back up a Dreamcast VMU save to a PC, but apparently it has compatibility for it somehow. I guess you probably have to read the docs or something to see exactly how to do it, but that's really cool. Blizzard Charm acquired. Okay, so pretty standard stuff so far here. See, there's our first enemy right there. Let's go ahead and equip stuff. Now, this menu used to be a lot bigger back in the Dreamcast days, but I'm guessing because I'm playing in 1080p that it zooms out. Unfortunately, 1080p isn't widescreen support, but it is what it is, right? Let's see here. Skill equip, power up. I don't have anything I can learn yet, so let's just go ahead and equip our, that's moves? Okay, I'm trying to find equipment. I just want to equip my accessory, the Blizzard Charm. Just want to see what it does. Okay, let's not equip that then. We don't really need it. So if you hit enemies from behind, you'll get a initiative. Now, I really love the battle system in this game. It's like one of the best JRPG battle systems because it's kind of a mix of like Final Fantasy, where you get the actual pause while you're making a turn, like classic Final Fantasy, not the ATB style where enemies can attack you while you're trying to make decisions. You get total control with that. It's kind of like a mix of that and Final Fantasy Tactics, but it's there's an area of effect involved too. It's really cool. And there's a lot of stuff involving like interrupting enemies and stuff like that, which it really makes things interesting. So, see, like there's combo, which is what I did earlier. That kind of does more damage, but critical will like interrupt enemies, which I should have probably did that earlier, but oh well. But we'll go ahead and do another critical to check that out. Or no, you have to have the moves that interrupt the enemies. No, yeah, it does. It canceled the attack. I remember now. Pretty nice little system. It's simple, but a lot of complexities too. You know, it's very nice. And oh, got an enemy there. Let's go ahead and attack him now. Let's check out some other stuff here. Yeah, let's escape. Good choice. Where's our moves? Here we go. Tensaken Slash. Time to listen to that classic soundbite.
Tensaken Slash! These guys were no real challenge.
Yep. Just like I remembered it. But it does look slightly better, like I said, you know, you can tell, like, with the anti-aliasing and things like that, that all, stuff all looks a little bit better than it originally did back in the day. That's really nice, and it runs pretty smoothly. I mean, it's an older game. I'd be really surprised if it didn't run good. You know, that would be, like, really stupid if it didn't. But, yeah, it's really nice, you know. Actually, when I was looking at the Steam page for it, one thing that really annoys me is Total Biscuit. You know, he has this whole war with 30 FPS, which I'll get to in here in a bit after the story stuff. I don't know, I could still talk because clearly it's non-talking dialogue. I mean, given that it was a Dreamcast game, they couldn't fit... I guess they probably could have found a way to maybe fit all the dialogue on the Dreamcast, but I guess they didn't want to push it because they also had some anime cutscenes and things like that too. So, if I remember correctly, it was on just one disc on the Dreamcast. I could be mistaken though. I'll have to check real quick. Yeah, I just pulled out the case for it here. Yeah, just one disc, but it has a second disc that has music from the game. Pretty nice. I'm not sure if the PlayStation 2 version added anything like that or not, but I think this is definitely a port of the Dreamcast rather than the PS2 version. Definitely looks more like that. The Dreamcast version actually looks better than the PS2 version because the PS2 version didn't have any anti-aliasing, so it made like all the edges of buildings and characters kind of jagged looking. So it wasn't that nice to look at. But anyways, back to the Total Biscuit nonsense. He has this Steam curator page called 30 FPS where any game that is locked to 30 FPS or less will be curated as 30 FPS. Now, it seems kind of harmless enough to just simply show, hey, this game's 30 FPS, but he does have an ulterior motive. He's actually trying to drive people away from games based on their frame rate, which I guess for a modern game that comes out in 2015, 2014, whenever, it's pretty much inexcusable at this point to, be running at 30 frames a second. But a lot of these older games have various elements of them tied to the frame rate. And they would pretty much have to rework the games to even put them above 30 frames a second. And, Total Biscuit and his infinite PC gaming master race wisdom doesn't recognize that he thinks it's just as simple as just changing the frame rate, which it really is not. I mean, if it was, what purpose would these game developers really have to lock the frame rate? I guess there are a few of them out there that are just being dicks about it, because there are some games out there that have locked frame rates that work absolutely perfectly when you unlock them, but a lot of them that have those locked frame rates don't work right whenever you unlock the frame rates. Oftentimes they'll play faster, the music will be off key, it won't you know, the sound won't be with the action, you know, various things like that. There's a lot of bugs for these games that, you know, the older games particularly, that get locked frame rates. Not to say, like I said, that's impossibly work around it, but obviously, you know, whenever it comes to re-release an old game like this, where they're just gonna clean up some textures and increase resolution support, add Steam Cloud saves and achievements, they're not putting a whole lot of effort into it. And obviously, if they're gonna try to bump up to 60 frames a second, we're probably gonna be paying double the price for the game. And is it really gonna be worth it? At that point, I'd be kind of expecting HD resolution textures too, you know. Why not complain about that as well? You know, I'm just saying. Why not complain about the lack of widescreen support? Why not complain about the lack of surround sound? Or, you know, audio done in 48K hertz or something like that. Yeah, exactly. No, it's just complain about 30 frames a second. And, you know, it's kind of funny. He was talking about, like, the whole reason he did the whole curator thing was to avoid the tagging system. You can tag 30 FPS in a game. There is not any kind of restriction against that. I mean, he totally made that up. It's just nothing, no truth to it, really. But yeah, I mean, he's not gonna care. He's got, you know, a couple million YouTube followers, and people are gonna follow him, and that's fine. You know, I actually am subscribed to his channel. I just think he's kind of, you know, really being stupid when it comes to that. And again, it tabbed me out of the screen. Oh, because it keeps popping up this, again, it tabbed me out of the screen because it keeps popping up this Windows 10 thing. I should probably just upgrade and get over with. But got some stuff to back up before we do that. Let's go ahead and not recover our strength, but we'll go ahead and save now. And check out a little more of the game. I want to at least, you know, obviously it's the very beginning of the game. So, you know, beginning of RPGs tend to be story-filled. And not a lot to do kind of stuff. Oh. That's weird. I don't remember that at all. I probably never messed with it, though. Okay. And I'm sure, you know, this game probably has screen tearing and stuff like that. I mean, I've enabled VSync. I'm not really noticing it right now, but... Let's see. Grandmother read the signs and said something about to happen. Powers. Okay, whatever. I don't care. Yep. But, yeah, it's kind of really interesting. This camera can make you really sick because I can really spin it around. But it's kind of fun for some reason to me. I don't know. Just my thoughts on it. Okay. Let's just go inside the house. You know, obviously going into RPG houses, you can loot stuff and whatever. There's like all kinds of little things here. This game has a lot of humor. I think that's another reason why I like this game, because there's just a lot of little bits of humor in this game. You know, it's definitely not a game that takes itself seriously. But it does have a pretty good story too. You know, it does have... it's not like epic or anything like that, you know, but it's good enough to keep you playing, I guess you could say. I've beat it a couple of times back in the day, so... Okay, but anyways, let's just go ahead and progress things now, because I don't think there's anything else we can do. Okay, and by the way, you notice there is the arrow up at the top. Yes, that points you to the objective, which is really cool, because not a lot of games really back then told you where to go. So if you're just playing for the story and wanting to get from point A to point B and didn't really care about finding the little extra bits of dialogue and characters and things like that, the game will tell you where to go. Pretty nice. But, you know, obviously you can choose not to go that way too, because while it is a fairly linear game, it doesn't force you on a path of linearity all the time like certain other games do. So have fun with that. You know, you can actually explore a little bit in this game. And I think that's kind of part of the reason why we have camera manipulation, is to really complement that. Oh, maybe I'm wrong about the where it's telling me to go. Maybe? I think this is advancing the storyline. Nice classic theme. I remember listening to this a lot in the game. You hear it a lot. But who's playing the harp in the background? There's nobody else here.
I needed more practice.
What's the matter? Is that all?
Who said that?
Don't mind me. Continue.
Were you listening to my singing?
Come on, if you're that tense, you won't be able to perform at all.
Who are you? I haven't seen you around. What are you doing here?
Whoa now, what am I doing here? You're the one who hired me.
I hired you? I do not remember anything of the sort. You look awfully suspicious. Leave right now, or I'll scream.
Are you for real? Oh, wait a sec. I bet no one told you.
Elena, is something the matter? Ah, you must be the Geohound, yes? We've been waiting for you.
A geohound?
Hey, I'm Ryudo. This here's Sky. Quite a warm welcome for someone you're hiring.
What? Why are you being so rude?
Elena, please excuse her. Allow me to apologize on her behalf. Elena, you must get ready to leave.
Yes, Father. I'm very sorry for interfering. Please excuse me.
Very funny. You know, let them finish, I guess.
Excuses in women are equally tiring.
This is not the place. May I ask you to wait at the inn? I shall be along shortly.
What's wrong with your nose, Ryudo? You don't have really a nose at all. It's just a little bump coming out of your face. Okay. Oh, wait, if I remember correctly, what is the button? Oh, this tells you, like, okay, that's not the objective. It just tells you, like, where different buildings are. So that's cool, I suppose. Now I remember. How could I forget, though? I don't know. So apparently the bird is wrong. They do have enough fruit. It doesn't appear they have enough fruit to make jam. Well, they have jam, so... You are wrong, stupid bird. Obviously. Let's see, I guess we're about to go to the inn, but let's check out the general store first. See if there's anything of import there. Oh, there's a guy with a hat over his head. Let's talk to him, clearly. And knock those bottles over while we're at it. Oh, no, I don't care about that crap. I already fought. Tell me about something I would actually find useful. Yeah, I don't really need any of this stuff, but one thing that's really interesting about purchasing items is there's regional items, which are items that you can only find in certain areas. That's kind of a cool little effect that they have there. And heck, might as well buy a couple of these, right? unfortunately doesn't have a Final Fantasy system where you can actually like manipulate the amounts that you're purchasing. That's a shame. But yeah, I'll go ahead and buy those items because you never know if we're gonna potentially use them later. Let's see. So we'll go ahead and go to the inn now. Play just a little bit more. Priest told me to wait here. Let's go ahead and select that option. Yeah, take a seat over there. Okay, masked in person that doesn't have a mouth. I guess I will. Everybody's masked. No mouths. That's right. Some religious practitioners could realize that about themselves and their deities. You know, like, just saying. It's not your place to judge. You don't know where they've been, what they've done. Good line. Ah, now we're talking. Cashola. Now, I'm wondering who actually holds the rights to this franchise, because Square Enix had the Grandia rights as of Grandia 3, and then Enix had it as of Grandia Extreme for the short time they were alive until Square Enix kind of, you know, they both merged together. And then for at least the American release, Ubisoft had the rights for Grandia 2 originally. And then I think it might have been Sony that published the first one, actually, on the PlayStation. I'm not sure. I'll have to check. I've got it here. Yeah, Sony was the publisher of the PS1 version. It's just really strange. Like, the rights have just really bounced around. It's never been more than one company. Apparently, this one's published by Gung Ho Entertainment. Just really interesting. Because, like, and then, of course, I think it's published by different people in Japan. Game Arts, of course, was the developer of the original Grandia games. I'm really not sure what happened to them. I can't think I've seen their logo in a long time. I wonder if they went out of business or if they changed their name or something. I'll have to find out. Oops, hold on a second. Okay. My bad, I'm trying to fix my microphone setup here. Oh, I'm not a bore, I promise. That'd be exciting. Yeah, that's right, the bodyguard. This ish is very important. Okay, let's do this. ABP Reloaded, APB Reloaded sucks. It's an absolutely terrible game. Do not play it. It's free. It's like a really crappy free version of GTA. I mean, why not just buy like GTA 4 San Andreas or something like that when they're cheap? Why play that crap trash? Seriously. Ah, I got an achievement. I was going to get this on GOG, but honestly, I am a bit of a Steam achievement whore. And the Steam trading card. If GOG would have had some kind of other extras, like, you know, because sometimes they have their own extras, sometimes, you know, I'll buy games from them because of that, but and they have their own achievement system now, they just haven't, that's kind of weird. But they really haven't implemented it in the games other than like Witcher 2 and 3, I think. And that's gonna need to be fixed. The screen tabbed out again. That's really annoying. Hate when that happens. It's probably because, oh, I have multiple monitors, and I'm sure it's probably not 100% perfect port as far as that. I'm sure there's something that goofs it up. So we'll see. Yes, that's right. Oh, there's an actual enemy. Let's do this. Alright, some more combat. Really love this Grandia 2 combat. Now, one great thing is I can do an evade now to have him potentially miss me, but that evade didn't work out perfectly. But it's really cool that you have those little strategies you can pull off. And it doesn't really, you don't really need to mess with it in the beginning here because it's really easy combat. And you can just spam the attack, and obviously if you do like this attack here where it attacks twice, you'll go and attack the other enemy if you can. But the thing is, you also have to factor in that your moves technically have a distance too. Like, if they were like on the other side of the battle arena, I wouldn't be able to move the whole way. So that's kind of really cool that they have something going on here. You'll notice his action bar kind of slows down when I hit him. That's kind of a really nice touch. Now, I don't remember if I can do it to defend. I totally can, actually. So we'll go ahead and check that out and see how... Yeah, it really minimizes the damage. But yeah, really, really nice flow of strategy in this.
You better practice if you want to beat me.
Okay, so I don't think we get to play the princess until a little bit later. Yeah, I kicked their asses. They're just a couple birds. Okay. Let's do this now. Move on to the next map. That was a really short one. Yeah, like I said, occasionally some combats are scripted like this. Let's go ahead and do a 10-second slash. Why not? We've got some action points we can use for that. I think he might potentially attack before I do it, so I'm just going to do this one instead.
Can slash.
And notice how he actually did not get to attack me because of the maneuver. Like I said, just like a nice assortment of strategy here that you can really milk and take advantage of, even at the early stages of the game. But obviously it gets important to get good at it later because it can be pretty challenging otherwise.
You better practice if you want to beat me.
I understand that the hard mode wasn't actually in the original game, but then again, I understand it doesn't really make any major changes. It just changes the values of like enemy HP and damage, I think. I don't think it does anything else that's important. So maybe if you already seasoned this game and just want a little bit of extra challenge, maybe worth checking out, but it doesn't seem like it does anything of import, you know, otherwise, so let's see. Yeah, let's just go this way, I suppose. And get the North Silesia. Or Garmia Tower, rather. Or Silesia. That's the main region name, rather. Okay. So that was pretty menacing. Okay. Now we are here at the tower. This is where we're supposed to escort the princess. Just doing a quick exploration run. Nothing here. Yeah, I don't know why I always check this kind of stuff. It's very clear there's nothing here. Yep. Really? A guy with a backpack and spiky hairdo and blue clothes gives you the creeps? Wow. Sounds good. Good thinking, Ryota. That was a pretty creepy door opening sound. Holy crap. Yeah, he raped me, Elena. Or Tessa. That's right. Now those girls are off for a little orgy. Because what else would they really be doing? Yeah, it is pretty creepy looking. Uh-oh. That shit ain't right. Yeah, girls screaming is usually pretty out of the ordinary. Even in the medieval times, right? But yeah, if you're wondering if this game was really a JRPG, you can definitely tell now by the music. Definitely very JRPG-esque music. But there's nothing wrong with that at all. I have no qualms with it at all. Indeed, Ryoto. Where did these damn monsters come from? Okay. I'll just check it out a little bit. Attack. That filthy ass spider. And you'll notice actually that certain moves have other things here, like there's more abilities that'll unlock later. Like there's ones like if you just want to move across the map, you can, and various things like that won't use nearly as much power.
You better practice if you want to beat me.
And you can upgrade your combos and stuff like that, obviously, as well. But, yeah. I think this will be a... God damn it, it did it again. I think this will be a good spot to stop. Checking out the Grandia 2 Anniversary Edition for the PC. I guess it must be the Anniversary Edition, because I think it did come out exactly, well not exactly maybe, but about 15 years ago. At least in the US. So, good to see this. Unfortunately, it looks like it's only on PC at the moment, it's not on consoles. Hopefully that'll change though. But I think this will be a good stopping point for us here. But till then, Downphoenix out.